you what it is, and this is just, I'm sure everyone's seen the outside, they're doing some work on the outside, doing like a set that over there. But this is the conceptual of the floor plan, and this is the actual floor plan that tells you what's in there.
Let's see the one before that. And where's the veterans museum in there? Like, where's the front and back?
Yeah, they have the bank of windows.
So where's the front of the, where's Goddard Road? That'll give me an idea.
This is the front entrance. This is all the museum space.
This is the plaza.
Yeah, this is all the recording studios for the media center.
And then your storage area, Cynthia said.
Storage and then somewhere election equipment.
There's secure storage
Oh,
over here.
But overhead, they have overhead doors.
Little bitty space for Veterans Museum.
Do you have space to, do you have lifts or anything for any of your equipment? Do you have a place to clean your equipment in that building?
We don't have in-ground lifts, but it's a pre-engineered building. We did that for economies.
Okay.
And it's high enough where we're able to get some taller storage. So we have a placement for bays and for racks a little higher. It also has a shop in there, so we're relocating their shop.
6-inch floor?
6-inch floor, yeah, with restraints, yeah. Okay, that floor plan.
Do you have a trench drain system that will trench?
Yep, it has the soil oil interceptor.
Here's the floor plan.
We can leave these down with you guys too.
These are trench drains. This is a drive-through type of bay, storage racks here, here. This is their shop area. Floors are sloped to the drains. There's an oil interceptor in the middle.
How about an interceptor for the grass clippings and that kind of stuff with a screening pipe?
Yeah, we don't have that. We don't have, but we have hose bits in the inside with hot and cold water to wash the floors down.
We would install service on the floor, our councilman, if we had the old garage nice and or something.
Yeah, I was concerned about the grass clippings because I know how it goes. I know how it goes. I mean,
So what we did,
look at what happened at DPW, what happened before.
so I would be very conscious of that and make sure, I know when we started doing it in the old garage, is we would do it outside, and we just had to gather it in the Bobcat bucket and dispose of it properly.
Instead of whatever.
Yeah, you can't,
The trench drains have sumps, so you can clean them out, let the grids clean them out. And then these are the office areas. There's some shower, locker areas, conference room, offices, compressor room, tool room, locked tool room here.
I'm all for bonding that location. I think we've needed that for a long time. The city has definitely needed it. My concern is for the media center, because we're looking at how much, close to over $4 million that we're going to bond.
Yeah, if I may, do you guys want to switch gears? Because I did have an analysis here I want to pass out. We want to switch gears, do you want to talk about the construction part of it? I can talk about the.
Well, we can talk about construction, and we'll move to that issue
Yes.
on the cost and what it's going to run.
Yeah, you got to finish the construction.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, appreciate it.
So that we're not going back.
Just deliver
Yes,
it.
good.
So we got storage here. Is that for all your machines?
For what is located back here at the old fire station.
Okay.
So, and then this area right here is secured. That is where election equipment will go.
I know we have a truck that takes all your responsibility.
Correct.
Is this going to be convenient for them?
There's an overhead roll-up door here, and we talked about that, about access to election equipment.
I mean, and there's big things that come in and out of the studios for recordings. We have double doors. These are tall 8-foot doors. Everything can funnel through the sidewalk and back to this parking lot over this
Right,
area.
where we could
So you
roll
can back your truck up.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. It would be virtually a little different than what we're doing now,
Good.
with rolling it out of the office right now. And this will all be secure. That is true.
Any more questions on the construction piece? Want to move on to finance?
A little late, we'll trip these off. So if you want, I think I got 9 more copies in here, so if you want to,
Thank you.
And just to let the council know, next week,
Did you get
our
that
next
one?
council meeting will be coming forward with the contract between Cross Renovations and the City of Taylor. This is just to award the bid.
Thank you.
See, I'm not totally useless.
Now we know who to come to when we need something.
Okay, so real quick, remember a couple meetings ago, Councilman Remick was not present at, but we had Pat McGowan and Mike Ormley here to go over the financing for the buildings, and approximately the financing was $4.8 million. That was, if you look at the construction costs, it came in a little bit cheaper, but you also have to include the architectural fees and things like that. So based on that pricing, what I did and what I promised you guys to have for this meeting is kind of like a projected financials for the building and grounds fund, which is the TVA is part of the lease of that fund. So what I did is I did a conservative high-level projection up through fiscal year 29-30, when the bonds mature on the new issuance. And as you can see, go through everything. A couple things to point out is there is a current TVA debt lease that expires or matures in 2024. So again, not based on any type of plan or anything like that, but on this assumption is we brought the tax revenue down because of that debt going down. So that's the assumption at that point in time in 2024, just to kind of balance out the fund. Like I said, just a high level estimate, so shows that the new payments are in there. This is no increase in the current millage. That's assuming in this as well too, and actually a little decrease in 2024 when those previous bonds mature. So you got the operating revenue and expenses, and you have the capital outlay and debt section on the bottom there.
What's that gonna run us a month?
If they're paid, bonds are paid twice a year. They're semi-annual payments, so.
Yearly.
So if you want to just divide 500 divided by 12, so I can't do the math.
I got it.
right now, so. I got a 10 keeper. I got some other things in my head.
Is the location going to be staffed, Mr. Mayor?
I'm sorry?
It's going to have staff in that location?
Which
In
location?
the media center?
We'll likely run like part-time or something like that in terms of the media center. Obviously Cindy's portion, there's a different answer, and the veteran portion, there's a different answer.
My concern is with the economy the way it is, I really look forward to building down there at the park because we need that. And if anybody should be worried about the building there, as far as the new museum, it should be me. But I do not want to put an additional burden at this time of that kind of money with the way we're facing this economy. I have a great concern that at any time something can happen for a media center, that I would really wonder how much is going to get used and how much do we really need to be spending that additional kind of money. Again, I don't have a problem with funding down at the park, but this concerns me with this kind of money being placed into that building. And the question is, how much will that building be used and what kind of debt are we going to face if something happens? This year alone, we've been faced with the payment, catch up on the funds for the retirement. What, $3 million?
Last fiscal year, for the OPEB costs,
What will we pay next year?
the plan calls for $250,000.
Okay, so another $250,000, we lost $300,000 on an engineering problem that we had, correct?
That, I'm not aware of that.
Remember the engineering problem we had that we discussed about the
Which one?
the adjustment? Yeah, don't say which one, are we talking more than maybe, I don't know.
No, I just don't know what you're talking about.
I thought we had a problem with the engineering, some kind of design by one of our former employees that did are you aware of that?
Are you talking about the MDOT Beach Daily?
Maybe that was it, yeah.
Oh, that was a construction engineer estimate that was, there was a shoulder not included?
Correct.
Yeah, so that's being rebid.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we had
Well, I'm sorry, what does that, I guess I'm trying to figure out what does that have to do with this?
Oh, I'm concerned with the amount of money that are going on. How about the garbage time? What that just cost us?
Madam Chair, so this comes in from the TBA
I realize that.
and with PEG fees. So PEG fees are restricted funds that can only be used for communication type purposes.
Mhm.
So those two collectively wouldn't interfere with any of what you're talking about, any of the OPEB liability.
But it still has to be paid.
Well, everything has to be paid. I mean, but I think when you look at this financial analysis, by where we're at and with the bonds that are decreasing and with the restricted funds that we're talking about, I mean, this is a very conservative project. This is not a high-risk project.
How much do you think we'll use that building? What % of the time?
Well, we'd like to bring the schools in. I mean, we'd like to
I'm not
have,
talking about the museum, I'm talking about the media center.
that's what I'm talking about, the media center. We want to bring the schools in to do, whether they're teaching, journalism or communications. We'll do city-sponsored communications out of it. But again, that's all going to be covered, or a large portion, through the PEG fee capture.
Jason, is there any way to say a percentage of the 4.2 million, how much of that is just the media center?
Yeah, the projection, at least the projection, I believe Keith maybe could break down the bids back, but the projection called for the media center of 2.7 million, and then the Parks and Rec meeting building 1.7 million.
Real quick, so the 2.7, that's the building.
That's the building only.
Not necessarily the media center, so that could be only 1.5 just for the media part.
Right.
Because we got the museum, we got the clerk section, we got the roof, we got the human coin that's going to go all with the building, so the media center could be a lot lower number.
I believe.
Yeah, it's all, it's, yeah, I mean, it's just, the media center's a portion of the total design.
Right.
Okay.
But we're still spending money for there. Maybe we could use some of that extra money to put back down at the park and put in some of the other items we might be in that building if Mr. Johnson was talking.
Again, we're talking about TVA funds.
Yeah, are we using TVA funds for the, down at the park?
For the construction of the building, yes.
Yeah, so that means if things are needed in there, maybe we could fit that in.
Not in there, only the construction of the building.
Okay. So we're still spending a lot of money then.
No doubt, I mean, I'm not disputing that, I just want you to understand that you're not gonna take from something else to build this.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
not the
concerned, that'd
case.
be just like me at home, I can do a lot of things like to add on, but I still gotta pay for it. And if something happens, taxpayers have to pay for this, correct? No matter what happens.
Well, sure, I mean, that's how all
If
this
this economy
economy
goes
works.
flat on its face, it's still gotta be paid.
Well, I mean, we can speculate on any number of things
true.
that could happen, but.
Yeah, it could, but okay, I just wanted to bring it up.
I have a question. Why were both of these, and I know it's just cross renovation down both, but why were they not bid separately? Why are they together?
Right, you wanna answer that?
They were bid separately, and we did it two ways. We had them bid each project individually, and then we asked them to give us a joint bid, because we're pretty confident we were gonna get economies if they put the two together. We averaged about $80,000 to $100,000 savings by bidding them jointly. There should be a bid summary in your package, yeah.